The government yesterday listed 4 places to quarantine Nepali nationals to be brought from Hubei province in China, the epicenter of novel coronavirus outbreak. The decision might have ended some confusion, but at the same time, it has also given way to a number of other queries, with reports that many locals have started demonstrating against the government's decision. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama, and these are the headlines of the hour. The corruption watchdog CIA fails to abide by the practice of producing defendants at the court, despite filing cases on 110 individuals, including high-profile leaders. Nepal Rashtra Bank begins investigation on the loan amount of 2.5 billion rupees provided against the collateral of the infamous Lalita Niwas land at Baluatar. The Chinese whistleblower doctor who tried to issue the first warnings about the deadly coronavirus outbreak dies. And Oman chalk out a comfortable 6-wicket victory over USA to register their second win as many days in the ongoing World Cup League 2 triangular series. Let us begin with the national political updates. In what can be dubbed as the biggest case of the year so far, corruption watchdog CIA filed cases against 175 individuals en masse, alleging their involvement in the controversial Lalita Niwas land scam.
The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, CIAA, has decided to seize the land from 65 of the defendants, while prison sentence and fines have been sought against the rest of the 110 defendants. Based on court procedures, plaintiffs should present the defendant while filing a case at the court. However, the Commission failed to abide by the rules as it did not present a single defendant at the court on Thursday. There have been cases in the past where the CIAA had kept individuals in custody for up to 60 days for bribery of insignificant amounts. However, CIAA's failure to present a single defendant has raised questions on its intention. The state's criminal code requires defendants to be kept in custody until the final verdict is announced to avoid situations where the defendants could impact the case by destroying evidences or influence the case in any other way. This required the CIAA to take all the 175 defendants of the Lalita Niwas scam into custody. Former investigation officer of CIAA itself has opined the commission has dodged responsibilities in this latest case. According to analysts, the Lalita Niwas land scam was an opportunity for the corruption watchdog to reclaim its dented pride. On the contrary, questions have now been raised on the Commission's credibility.
Now, Nepal Rashtra Bank has begun the investigation on the loan amount of 2.5 billion rupees provided against the collateral of land of Lalita Niwas at Baluatar. The central bank has asked the banks and financial institutions to provide the documents related to the loan provided by the concerned banks a day after the CIA filed case against 110 individuals claiming 20 billion rupees from them. Nepal Rashtra Bank has corresponded with the concerned banks and financial institutions after the report revealed that the several banks and financial institutions had released a loan worth 2.41 billion rupees against collateral of the infamous Baluatar land. However, the central bank has not disclosed the name of the banks and financial institutions and the amount of loan provided by respective banks and institutions. The central bank is preparing to take actions against the concerned banks and financial institutions based on their reports.
जुन बैंकहरुको यसमा लगानी रहेको छ ती बैंकहरुबाट विवरण प्राप्त गर्नका लागि नेपाल राष्ट्र बैंकको बैंक सुपरभिजन विभागले आज निर्देशन दिइसकेको छ 2 दिनभित्र बैंकहरुले लगानीको विवरण पेश गर्नुपर्दछ.
The CIA, however, had approached Nepal Rashtra Bank to probe on the case before filing the case at the special court. Banks and financial institutions are public companies. As the public are major shareholders and have deposited their money in the banks and financial institutions, any malpractice would directly impact them. Following the case filed at the special court demanding the disputed land to be seized, the loan worth 2.41 billion rupees is now at risk. As the loan was provided based on the false documents, the bank and financial institutions are now at risk of bad debt. The main opposition Nepali Congress obstructed parliamentary proceedings yesterday, citing that the corruption watchdog CIAA's decision to file a case against its leader alleging connections with the Lalita Niwas land scandal was politically motivated. Nepali Congress staged a protest at the parliament against the commission's decision to allege Deputy Leader Vijay Kumar Gachchadar's involvement in the land scandal. As the House proceedings began yesterday, Congress's parliamentary party whip Pushpa Bhushal accused the corruption watchdog of acting in line with the government that is seeking political vengeance. Bhushal claimed that the government's heavy influence had rendered the CIAA, a constitutional body, weak.
अख्तियार दुरुपयोग अनुसन्धान आयोगले एउटा राजनीतिक प्रतिशोधको आधारमा मुद्दा दायर गर्न मिल्छ। यसबाट पुष्टि भएको छ अख्तियार दुरुपयोग अनुसन्धान आयोग जस्तो संवैधानिक अंग पनि सरकारको लाछार छाया बनेको भन्ने कुरा पुष्टि भएको छ सभामुख महोदय।
The CIA on Wednesday had filed a case against 175 individuals alleging their involvement in the Lalita Niwas land scandal. The authority dragged former Minister for Physical Infrastructure and Transport Vijay Kumar Gachchadar as one among several high-profile individuals linked to the case. Bhushal questioned why the government had dragged Gachchadar in the case while giving clean chit to the then Prime Minister Madhav Kumar Nepal, whose cabinet had approved of the land transfer. The main opposition also questioned the Commission's decision not to drag Naveen Podal, the son of Bishnu Podal, the General Secretary of the ruling Nepal Communist Party, who has reportedly agreed to return the land transferred in his name. The parliamentary session has been postponed till 1 this afternoon. Now, moving on. 3 people have died on spot in Taman of Baglung district as a tractor-carrying wedding procession met with an accident last night. The tractor fell some 50 meters from the road, leaving 9 others injured. According to local police, the deceased have bbeen identified as Myagdi's Rita Pun, Manukumari Pun and Om Prasad Pun. The police have informed 5 are seriously injured and are receiving treatment at a health post near Burtibang and Taman River. 35 people were on board the tractor. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the locals in Parvat district what is the reason behind growing commercialization of education sector under the current communist government. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
यति धेरै बोर्डिङ स्कुल छन्, सब तिनै नेताहरूको लगानी छ। त्यस्तो भएको हुनाले उनीहरूले कसैलाई पनि नियन्त्रण गर्न सक्दैन।
शिक्षा जस्तो विषयलाई लिएर एउटा एकदम नीति नियम बनाउनु पर्थ्यो। त्यो नीति नियम केही पनि बनाउन सकेको छैन।
शुल्क निर्धारण गर्ने भनेर मापदण्डले स्पष्ट रूपमा भनेको छ र स्थानीय तहबाट त्यो शुल्क निर्धारण गर्ने र त्यो कार्यान्वयन गर्ने अवस्था सिर्जना हुन नसक्दा अहिले त्यस्ता कुराहरू देखिएका हुन्।
नेताहरूको के छ भन्दा माथि जुन नीति निर्माताहरूको कताबाट हुन्छ उनीहरू नाफा कमाउन लाग्छन्, तर ती गरिब दुखीहरूको विद्यार्थीहरूको भविष्यसँग खेलवाड गरिरहेका छन्।
निजी विद्यालयका 10 जना भन्दा बढी मेम्बरहरू पार्लियामेन्टमा हुनुहुन्छ र पार्लियामेन्टमा हुँदाखेरि सरकारले कुनै किसिमको निजी विद्यालयको विरुद्धमा अथवा सरकारी विद्यालयलाई पृष्ठपोषण हुने गरी र निजी विद्यालयलाई नियमन गर्ने गरी विधेयकहरू ल्याउन खोजियो, कानुनहरू बनाउन खोजियो भने उहाँहरूले दिनुहुन्न।
And it's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, why did the government spokesperson defend corruption watchdog CIAA's decision? Your options are A, defending the government, B, breaching jurisdiction, and C, government's influence on CIAA. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the sports update.
Sports News.
Oman chalked out their second win in as many days as they defeated USA by 6 wickets in yesterday's match under the ICC World Cup Division II Championship played at the capital's Tribhuvan University cricket ground yesterday. Oman, chasing a target of 214 runs, achieved the target in the last over, losing only 4 wickets. Aqib Ilyas top scored for Oman with a well-compiled 72 runs. Ilyas was well supported by Khawal Ali, Mohammad Nadeem and Suraj Kumar. Mohammad Nadeem scored his second half century of the series as he remained unbeaten with 55 runs. Khawal Ali scored 31 runs while Suraj Kumar made 33. Earlier, Ian Holland top scored for USA with 65 runs in an otherwise dismal batting display. Akshay Homraz was the only other batsman to make a notable contribution with 44 runs.
Batting the Glorious.
Two matches are slated for today at the Martyrs Memorial A Division League. The first match between Three Star Club and Sankata Club is scheduled for play at 11 this morning at the Enfa complex in Sadobato, Lalitpur. Three Star is currently in the 4th spot at the league table, securing 17 points with 5 wins, 2 draws and 3 losses. Likewise, Sankata Club is in the 5th position, securing 15 points with 4 wins, 3 draws and 3 losses. Today's second match features a clash between Nepal Police Club and Brigade Boys. The match will kick off at 3 this afternoon. Nepal Police Club is in the 8th spot of the points table with 14 points, while Brigade Boys are in the 11th spot with 8 points. Meanwhile, in yesterday's matches, league leaders Tribhuvan Army Club registered a 2-1 win over APF, while Machindra have thumped relegation zone Saraswati Club 6-1. Tribhuvan Army Club currently leads the league table with 26 points, while Machindra Club is in the 2nd position with 25 points and Manang Marsyangde Club in 3rd with 19 points. Now, Spanish giants Real Madrid and Barcelona have failed to make it to the semi-finals of the Copa del Rey. In the quarter-final match held at home ground Santiago Bernabeu, the 19 times Copa del Rey champions Real Madrid faced a 4-3 defeat at the hands of Real Sociedad. Sociedad opened its account in the 22nd minute through Martin Odegaard's goal. Sociedad doubled its lead in the 54th minute as Alexander Isak scored a goal. Isak scored his personal 2nd goal of the match minutes later to give Sociedad a commanding 3-0 lead over Real Madrid. The host pulled one back as Marcelo scored in the 59th minute. However, Mikel Meriono scored in the 59th minute to make it 4-1 for Real Sociedad. Real scored 2 more goals as Rodrigo found the net in the 81st minute and Nacho Fernandez in the injury time, however failed to make a difference. Real returned home from the quarterfinals itself, losing the match 4-3. Meanwhile, Spanish champions Barca's journey in Copa del Rey ended from the quarterfinal round as well. Barca's Biscuits scored an own goal to send Athletic Bilbao to the semi-finals. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.